Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Nevada joins us. Stavros is here for the whole show of an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses. It's keeping the assembly line moving for our workforce. For our brightest minds, it's meeting a deadline. It's on the front line with our heroes. And on the sidelines of the biggest games. It's a direct line to our loved ones. And it's a lifeline for the most vulnerable. There's a lot on the line.
Meet Nevada Health Link, Nevada's official health insurance marketplace. Your link to savings, selection, free assistance, and name brand health insurance, where 90% of enrollees lower the cost of their monthly premium. Everyone deserves access to quality health coverage, no matter your income or family size. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com. A few minutes could save you hundreds of dollars per month.
Nevada Health Link. Our plans are made for your plans.
Pro Group Management specializes in providing industries with the necessary components to satisfy and exceed workers' comp requirements. Every business has unique needs and specific regulations. Pro Group Management stays ahead of the curve, providing up-to-date services to keep your industry in top form. Discover how we simplify your tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce expense to keep you moving in a positive direction. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're always pleased to welcome back to the program the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Nevada, Stavros. Welcome back, sir.
Great to be with you, Sam. You're a great Nevadan, and it's always good to talk to you and your viewers.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I wanted to start out with, now you just got back from vacation, but I'm sure you're aware that there is a slowdown on the Strip. And at this point, a lot of the resorts are dropping prices, dropping resort fees, dropping all kinds of numbers to get people in. But at the same time, we interviewed the former analyst for the Gaming Control Board, Mike Lawton, and he says that actually things aren't that bad. Obviously we are seeing a slowdown from Mexico and Canada for, I would say, political reasons. But as far as the actual numbers go, nobody should be in a panic. What's your take?
You know, Sam, I've been in Las Vegas for almost 50 years, and we go through these cycles all the time. Tourism goes up, tourism goes down. There's a lot of different reasons why it happens. Obviously, the economy, Las Vegas is always reinventing itself. And I think we're going through that right now. I think there was a period where a lot of, prices were going up. A lot of the focus was on maybe higher end tourists coming to Las Vegas, and we're seeing maybe that wasn't the best thing to do. So we're looking at more appealing to a complete cross section of Americans coming to Nevada, and actually all over the world. So tourism's down, but you go down to the Strip, you go to downtown Las Vegas, even up in Reno. There's tourists. They're having a great time. They're enjoying our amenities, and the casinos are always keeping an eye on what impacts the tourism numbers. And as you mentioned at the beginning, they're starting to look at their price points on a lot of areas, and they're taking a look at making changes. So I think it's a good thing when we're always in a position where we're constantly looking at how we do business here in Nevada. when it comes to gaming, when it comes to tourism, when it comes to entertainment, and we always have to constantly move and pivot and make sure that we're providing something that people want to come and experience. And I think we're going through that process right now. And I believe we're going to be in great shape in the future.
Well, one of the things that I look at is that it's summertime. There's not a lot of news happening, and so you start out with a story of a slowdown on the strip, and suddenly every newspaper in the country is writing about it. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's true because they're not really looking at the numbers. But one thing that I think is interesting is if you're going to build these multi-billion-dollar resorts, then you have to, look to the middle and upper class customer to pay for that.
That's correct. I mean, you really have to be in a position where you're attracting people at all economic levels, at all all different experiences. I mean, people don't come to Las Vegas or really even Nevada as much as they used to just to gamble. They're coming here for an outdoor experience, going to Red Rock and Great Basin National Park and enjoying our great outdoor hiking experiences. They're coming here for sporting events now. They're coming here for entertainment, restaurant, shopping. So it's not just we used to be just a gambling mecca, but we're really not a gambling mecca any longer. We're a lot of different experiences, and that's why we have to continually reinvent ourselves. And there has been a lot of publicity out there about how expensive things have gotten, especially in the resorts in Las Vegas, but people are also starting to hear that the prices are coming down, that the casino resorts are taking a look at their price points and they're starting to reduce a lot of things, and that's going to make a lot of headlines, and people are going to see that and say, you know what, I'm going back to Las Vegas, I'm going back to Reno because they're lowering prices, they're making it easier for my budget, and I think that's going to be a good thing for all of us.
And also listening to all the gaming reports on their conference calls, they're all talking about the fact that once we hit fourth quarter, there's a lot of big events coming up, including Formula One. That's a potentially $1.5 billion inflow of cash. The convention calendar is looking good not only for the rest of this year, but also going into next year. So people really should calm down about this.
Yeah, I agree with you. The tourism numbers are down. We always need to constantly look at that, but we need to use those numbers and the information that we're receiving to make Nevada a better experience when it comes to tourism. And we've been doing that for 50 years. So I think we'll be doing it for the next 50 years. And I think we're always going to be in a position where tourism is going to be our number one industry here in Nevada. It's something that's important to me as the chairman of the Nevada Tourism Commission. I know our commissioners, our tourism department is very focused on tourism, not only in Las Vegas and Reno, but the entire state, especially other tourism destinations throughout the state of Nevada that we want people to come and experience. So, and you know what? We have a lot of competition. There's a lot of casinos that are opening up all over the country that are pretty nice places, and where that competition helps Nevada, Las Vegas, and Reno grow and become better at what we're doing. So I think we're always going to be a great tourist destination, but we need to constantly look at reinventing ourselves, changing what we're doing, making things better for people that want to come to Nevada and experience our great tourist destinations.
For those that don't know, before you were the lieutenant governor and before you were on the Las Vegas City Council and the Board of Regents, you were a Metro cop. And so I have a funny feeling that you didn't travel that much around the Silver State as much as travel around Las Vegas. And so my question to you is, what's the thing that's most surprised you about rural Nevada now that you have been to places that most people have never even heard of?
Right. Yeah, you're right. I spent most of my time in Las Vegas. I was a police officer for 29 years, so I'm proud of my public service, making Las Vegas a a safe city to live in, to work, and to visit as a tourist. But as Lieutenant Governor, I've spent a lot of time traveling Nevada, and we have some great tourist destinations. Elko is cowboy country. I mean, if you want to experience cowboy poetry, you go to Elko. If you want to experience hiking, you go to rural Nevada. If you want to see some great casinos that have been around for decades and decades that really haven't changed much, that really capture the experience of rural Nevada, you can go to Gardnerville, Winnemucca. We just have some one. Ely is absolutely wonderful place to visit. There's a railroad museum. So I would encourage, especially Nevadans, to not do what I did, which was pretty much stick to Las Vegas because that's where I worked. But to take a look at travel in Nevada, and the best thing to do is go to our commission website, travelnevada.com, and check out all the different great destinations. Tonopah, if you want to experience what mining was all about 200 years ago, go to Tonopah and you'll experience that. So go to Travel Nevada website and really enjoy. And these are great Americans that live in rural Nevada. They're down to earth. They want you to have a great experience. They want you to really learn the history of all Nevada. So I would encourage everyone to check out travelnevada.com and experience our great Nevada tourist destinations.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back much more with the Lieutenant Governor after this timeout. As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
Fantastic cocktails and delicious food.
It's a good time to eat.
Over 500 hot slots, plus electronic table games.
It's a good time to play.
Player rewards and big-time jackpots.
It's a good time to win.
Ooh, your good times are tamarack.
You're in trouble with the law. It's easy to think you'll lose everything, but there is hope. I'm Attorney Orrin Johnson. Your first step is to hire a serious attorney with the experience to successfully navigate the legal system for you.
Sometimes hope means addiction treatment instead of jail, and making sure you're treated fairly.
Sometimes hope means fearless trial attorneys will stand up to the government when they get it wrong. Call or text Orrin Johnson Law.
We'll make a plan.
You'll take back your life.
The trucking industry is the most resilient link in the supply chain, moving 95% of our freight in the Silver State. And while essential, the road isn't always smooth. Supply chain disruptions, rising fuel costs, and unrealistic rules and laws that hamper our ability to serve our customers and country. Our prosperity and every sector of the economy, manufacturing, mining, medicine, and food from farm to table, is tied to trucks. There's nothing without trucking.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Nevada, Stavros Anthony. You also head up economic development for the state. And I was kind of curious, both from that position and from your previous law enforcement position, what your thoughts are on what's currently going on with immigration and the needs we have in Nevada versus what the government is doing, while at the same time acknowledging that the majority of Americans are not unhappy at all with what's going on along the border.
Well, I'm really proud of our President Trump, for really doing two things. Number one, securing the border. We just can't have people coming into our country illegally. They have to go through the process to come here, and if they want to stay for a certain period of time, that's fine. They can get a visa. If they want to become citizens, we can go through that process. And number two is, President Trump and the federal government are doing a great job rounding up these illegal aliens that have been committing crimes, heinous crimes in our country, child molestation, murder, DUI, people dying because they're here illegally and they're committing crimes. So those folks, uh, that's going to be a task just to deport all of those folks. And I remember back in when I was a police officer, and Jimmy Carter opened up the country to the Cuban Marielitos. They were criminal enterprise individuals that left Cuba, and he allowed them to come into the country. For some reason, I don't remember why, but he did, and we had nothing but criminal problems with these Marielitos coming in. And I remember working the area by the Sahara and the Boulevard, and they were just committing some massive crimes, and we were arresting them, and we were having a hell of a time trying to get them out of the country. So that's the same thing we're going through today. So you see people that are being deported are primarily people that are here illegally committing crimes, and those people need to go because that will reduce crime. That'll make our community safer.
Well, just to play devil's advocate here, there's also concern that some of the pickups are being done at places like Home Depot, where day laborers are waiting for jobs, and that here in Nevada, there is a large number of people who are out of status, who work in the service industry, they work in construction, they work in the fields. Do you have concerns about our ability to be able to get workers for those regions? Because it's kind of interesting. For years they've talked about having everything for immigration done in one shot, comprehensive immigration reform, and I've thought for a long time that that's the toughest thing in the world because it's really hard to get people to agree on everything. And if you can do it one piece at a time, then maybe you have a chance to get more things done. So the president has successfully shown that you can shut down the southern border. Isn't it time for Congress to step up and actually come up with reforms for immigration to allow an actual path for people who have been here 20, 30 years to be able to have some kind of legal status, not necessarily citizenship, but legal status, and to make the path to coming to America a little more simplified so that people are not busting across the border. We're still the greatest country in the world. That's why all these people are going through heck in a handbasket to get here.
I'm fine with having that debate. Congress should have that debate and talk about what exactly immigration reform looks like. But in the meantime, we have people here that are illegal and illegal status that are killing people. We just had just a couple of days ago, some guy that was here illegally was driving a truck and made an illegal U-turn. I don't know how he got a trucking license and killed three people that in a van that ran into him because he turned in front of them. I mean, those three people would be alive today. Those are three citizens, United States citizens, that would be alive today if it wasn't for the open border that we have had under Joe Biden. So, if we can put together some kind of a program where there are people here illegally, they go back to their country, they apply for a work permit. Maybe there's farms that need people to work on their farm. They can apply for a work permit to come back into the country for a short period of time and work in those particular industries. But these industries have to show that they can't hire Americans to work in those in whatever field that is, whatever program that is. So if they can show that they can't hire Americans, okay, maybe we can put together a work permit. But at least we know who these people are, who's coming into the country. But if you've been here illegally, that's committing a crime. You should they committed a crime to get into the country. And we're not going to remove every single person in this country that's here illegally. That's probably impossible because there's millions of them. And we only have a certain number of law enforcement officers that can do that. but we can start with the criminals, illegals that are committing crimes. And if there's somebody that gets caught up in that's here illegally, well, that's the way it goes. They shouldn't have been here in the first place.
All right, we'll take another break. We'll be right back with the Lieutenant Governor after this timeout.
Welcome to Story County, where history meets innovation, and a pioneering spirit continues to shape our future. At the heart of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, we power the future with global leaders in technology and manufacturing, driving progress that reaches far beyond our county lines. From advanced manufacturing to tech innovation, our industries are creating thousands of quality careers, fueling a vibrant economy that benefits every Nevadan. But it's more than just growth. Our community is our foundation, supporting families, empowering local initiatives, and creating a place where everyone belongs. Be part of a legacy built on bold ideas and boundless possibilities. Join us in building a brighter future right here in Story County. Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
It happens. And when it does, there's UMC Quick Care.
Welcome to the Ahern Boutique Hotel, where luxury and warmth come together in the heart of Las Vegas.
We take pride in offering a one-of-a-kind experience for both locals and tourists.
Join us for handcrafted cocktails and an unforgettable experience.
Joel's Chop House, the perfect place to savor views of the Las Vegas Strip.
Satisfy your cravings at the Ahern Chocolate Shop.
No smoking, no resort fees, and the parking is always free. The Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel is your home away from home.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Nevada, Stavros Anthony. All these data centers that are either in process or being planned for Nevada are great business-wise, they're great sales tax-wise, but do you have concerns about where this power is going to come from and what protections there are going to be for the public to not be fronting this money?
Well, I get calls all the time from data centers that want to come to Nevada. We have data centers that are already here in Nevada. We have data centers that are under construction here in Nevada, and that is a big issue. Is having the power to run these data centers. So I know of data centers that can't come here right now because they need massive amounts of energy, and NV Energy is doing the best they can to provide this electricity, but there's only so much capacity that they have and only so much capacity that they can build every year. So we need what we need to do is really look at all different forms of energy here in the state of Nevada to provide the electricity for these data centers, because they are good for our economy. We've been talking about diversifying our economy for forever, and we're really finally doing it. I'm really proud of the Governor's Office of Economic Development and all our regional development authorities that are working hard to attract really non-gaming companies here in Nevada. But we need to start looking at nuclear. Nuclear energy is happening all over the country with these small modular nuclear reactors that are very, very safe. You can get one of those to power up a data center, but we have to get in a position where we feel those are safe for Nevada. They can provide energy. We need to look at all forms of energy here in Nevada that can really allow for the electricity for these data centers to go up and running, because the more of these that we get, the more diverse our economy is going to be with construction, with the people that work in these data centers. So it's something that we need to really look at where they're located. And when they come in, one of the big issues is just the infrastructure. I mean, we need to have housing for the employees in these data centers and these companies. We need to make sure the roads are in shape. So I think this is great for our economy in Nevada, but you're absolutely right. We need to really pay attention on how we're ramping up these companies that come to Nevada.
So let me ask you this. I mean, it's been the third rail of Nevada politics forever, but I mean, is there a place for Yucca Mountain in this discussion?
I really don't think so. I don't think Nevadans are interested in storing other nuclear reactor facilities waste here in Nevada. I think I don't think we're really interested in that. Now, Yucca Mountain could turn into maybe some kind of a research location for developing nuclear reactors. But I think the way nuclear reactors are being built today, they really don't have much waste any longer. So there's no reason to have a central repository for nuclear waste. These small module nuclear reactors are very safe. I don't believe they allow for a lot of waste to be expended. So I I don't think Nevadans are interested in being a waste repository, but I think Nevadans are interested in nuclear energy because it's cheap, it's clean, and it can allow for a lot of energy to be created for the companies that want to move here.
And that's where we have to leave it. Stavros Anthony, always a pleasure to have you on the program, sir.
Absolutely. Good to be with you, Sam.
And we'll be right back.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
You can always watch Nevada Newsmakers 24 hours a day at NevadaNewsmakers.com. Thanks for watching and listening.